The world is on the brink of a monumental shift. A revolution is unfolding right before our eyes, one that challenges the very foundation of money, trust, and power. Bitcoin, the digital currency born from the ashes of the 2008 financial crisis, is no longer just a trend, it's the future. But what does this mean for you? How will this decentralized currency change your life, your finances, and the global economy? In this documentary, we dive deep into the world of Bitcoin, exploring its origins, its rise, and the profound impact it's already having. But this is just the beginning. The Bitcoin revolution is set to grow, reshape entire industries, and even challenge the traditional financial systems we've relied on for centuries. Stay tuned, because what you're about to learn could change everything. It all began in 2008, at the height of a global financial crisis. The traditional financial systems were failing, and trust in banks and government institutions was crumbling. But amidst the chaos, a white paper appeared, a vision for something entirely new. Bitcoin was born. This digital currency promised a world where money could be exchanged directly, without intermediaries. Satoshi Nakamoto, the mysterious figure behind Bitcoin's creation, offered a revolutionary solution to a broken system. Bitcoin was designed as a peer-to-peer network, allowing individuals to transfer value without relying on central banks or corporations. But how could a purely digital form of currency stand up to the entrenched powers of the world? Bitcoin's inception wasn't just about technology, it was a reaction to the failures of traditional finance. And though its journey was far from smooth, Bitcoin started to gain traction. In 2010, a programmer named Laszlo Hanage made history by paying 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas, an absurd amount for a meal, but a milestone that would later make him one of the first to show the world that Bitcoin had real-world value. Bitcoin's early days were filled with skepticism and disbelief. So, how did it survive and even thrive under such pressure? The answer lies in its community and technology. From there, Bitcoin faced even bigger challenges: legitimacy. Let's take a closer look at how Bitcoin proved its worth. Bitcoin's journey was anything but easy. In the early years, Bitcoin was dismissed as a fad, a tool for criminals, and a currency with no real value. Governments and financial institutions were skeptical, and some even feared it was a tool for money laundering and illegal activities. But despite this, Bitcoin's decentralized nature gave it resilience. It wasn't just a product, it was a movement. By 2013, Bitcoin had begun to attract the attention of the media, with its first major price surge taking place that year. However, the currency was still far from mainstream acceptance. Bitcoin exchanges were hacked, governments issued warnings, and skeptics continued to question its viability. But Bitcoin wasn't ready to back down. Instead of being crushed by these early obstacles, it started to evolve, with new technological innovations, more secure exchanges, and a growing community of believers. Did you know that Bitcoin's first major test came in 2014 when Mt. Gox, one of the largest Bitcoin exchanges at the time, collapsed after a massive hack? This was a pivotal moment that made or broke many investors' faith in Bitcoin. But the collapse of Mt. Gox would prove to be a stepping stone in Bitcoin's development. Bitcoin's early battle for legitimacy only fueled its evolution. And with its growing recognition came a game-changing discovery: blockchain. The very technology behind Bitcoin was about to open doors to a world of possibilities. Let's dive into what blockchain truly is and how it powers Bitcoin. What made Bitcoin more than just another digital currency? It was the revolutionary technology behind it: blockchain. This decentralized ledger allowed every transaction to be recorded transparently and immutably, making it nearly impossible to alter or falsify. For the first time in history, people could transfer value with a system built on trust. Not trust in a bank or government, but trust in code. Blockchain technology wasn't just about Bitcoin, it had the potential to transform entire industries. From finance to supply chains, healthcare, and even voting systems, blockchain promised to create a world where data could be securely shared without middlemen. But while the technology was groundbreaking, it wasn't without its flaws. Bitcoin's scalability was limited, and transaction fees and processing times could be high. As Bitcoin began to scale, the need for innovation within the technology grew. Did you know that Bitcoin's block size was limited to just 1 megabyte until 2017? This caused major bottlenecks in the system, leading to slow transactions and higher fees. The solution came in the form of a scaling debate that would split the community, leading to the creation of Bitcoin Cash. While Bitcoin's technology was revolutionary, its integration into the traditional financial system posed challenges. But what would happen if Bitcoin could finally break through those barriers? Let's explore how Bitcoin began to gain traction in mainstream finance. As Bitcoin matured, it began to attract the attention of major financial institutions and governments. Bitcoin was no longer just a currency for enthusiasts, it was becoming a real contender in the global financial system. Investors, hedge funds, and even public companies started adding Bitcoin to their portfolios, seeing it not just as a currency, but as a store of value. Yet, despite this growing interest, Bitcoin still faced enormous challenges. Governments and central banks were wary of its potential to disrupt their control over money. Bitcoin's volatility, regulatory concerns, and its potential for illegal use made it a target for scrutiny. But Bitcoin's advocates argue that it offers something that traditional currencies cannot: freedom. The ability to send money anywhere in the world, without restrictions or the need for intermediaries, is a power that could change the financial landscape. Did you know that in 2020, Bitcoin's institutional adoption grew exponentially? Major companies like MicroStrategy and Tesla made headlines by investing billions of dollars into Bitcoin, signaling the start of a new era for cryptocurrency. With Bitcoin's growing influence, a key question remains: can it truly reshape the global economy? But Bitcoin's story doesn't end with institutional adoption. The future holds even greater possibilities. Let's take a glimpse into what the next chapter could look like for Bitcoin. What's next for Bitcoin? As the world moves closer to a digital-first economy, Bitcoin's role in the future seems more critical than ever. But with increasing adoption comes new challenges. Scalability, environmental concerns, and regulatory pressures could all hinder Bitcoin's ability to reach its full potential. Yet, the future looks promising. Bitcoin is starting to be seen as digital gold, a hedge against inflation and a store of value in uncertain times. Governments and financial institutions are beginning to adapt, and with that, Bitcoin's legitimacy is increasing. But will Bitcoin become the global currency of the future? Or will it remain a digital asset for niche communities and investors? Bitcoin's journey is far from over. As it continues to grow and evolve, it faces new frontiers that will define its place in the world. While the digital currency's future is still uncertain, its impact is undeniable. But will it become the global standard, or will its path be shaped by unforeseen challenges? Let's take a closer look at what lies ahead for Bitcoin in this ever-changing landscape. And so, the Bitcoin revolution continues to unfold, with more questions than answers and a future full of possibilities. What will the next chapter in the Bitcoin story look like? Will it dominate global finance, or will new challenges arise to halt its progress? Whatever happens, one thing is clear: the world of money is no longer what it once was. As the digital currency landscape evolves, the Great Chronicles YouTube channel will continue to explore the untold stories and breakthroughs shaping our future. Stay with us for more in-depth investigations into the forces driving our world into a new era of finance, technology, and beyond. The revolution is just beginning, and you won't want to miss what comes next.